developments, if you will, in United States and also what its plans are in Iran. Sir, namaskar and welcome to P Guru's channel. How are you?
Namaskar. Thanks a lot. Good morning, India. And that's how we'll start. Over to you.
Yes, indeed. And Jana Shankar has been hard at work as always. I don't know where he has the time, but he has put together a very compelling presentation, including a bunch of videos and news items. And I have some updates also. First, I'd like to have the first word from Jana Shankar. Then I'll have the first word. Then we'll jump into PPT and go on. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, a lot of things are happening, and I think this war has its character of its own. We are in for the long haul. At the end of the day, I don't think anyone's going to come out smelling like roses. And, the hostage of Hormuz is the global economy. We are all hostage to Hormuz. And how do we break it is the issue, and how does this whole story come about? The only welcome news is 60 countries have got together now and they're starting to discuss where this will go. We'll see, right? And I thought, and of course, don't forget Pakistan. And we'll talk of Pakistan at the end because there's been a massive hike of petrol and diesel. And we'll talk of it right at the end. Over to you, sir. Back to you.
Thank you so much, sir. And viewers, bunch of stuff that I had written in this book, which came 5 years ago, all turning out to be true. Two websites or newspapers have reported about the real reason Attorney General Pam Bondi was fired. She was fired today and replaced by her assistant. And the two reasons cited, one was not enough action on the Epstein files, and it was expected that the person who was succeeding her, very, very loyal confidant of Trump, would actually completely bring out all the Epstein file data. Now, in an interview, he says everything that needed to be done or opened in Epstein is already done. So when somebody officially denies it, always believe the opposite. My 2 cents. That's one reason why she was fired. Second reason why she was fired, this is according to two sites, that she had flagged this guy. He's a congressman who wants to be the governor of California. I don't know where I'll go if this guy becomes the governor, because I have in great detail described all his karname in this book. If you read it, you'll know who I'm talking about. It's a book of fiction, all coincidences, but evidently he's under investigation for his role in, or I should say his affair, his alleged affair with an alleged Chinese spy who, upon being caught, immediately vanished from United States. This alleged spy had alleged encounters with a dozen politicians in the US. See, that's what makes, how long are you going to keep using the word alleged? The FBI is supposed to have video of the said acts. So this guy is up to here in controversies, and he's also been accused by his interns of you know what, you connect the dots, and he wants to run for governor, and evidently the Attorney General Pam Bondi, who knows him, alerted him to something so that he could CYA. You guys have to understand what CYA means. Sorry, it's early in the morning for you. So, and that was the other reason given. This is not all, viewers. Another thing that has happened, the Chief of Armed Staff has been fired by the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth. Why so many changes? Is there a sharp right turn in the direction that America is taking under President Trump? And I'll touch upon this afterwards. General Shankar, I've taken up too much of the time of our viewers. Let's jump into the PowerPoint.
It's always interesting because everything what you do on battle emanates from home. So, there's a funny part of this entire campaign. Mr. Trump is prosecuting a war outside while his home base is not in good pitch.
It's on shaky ground, yeah.
Yeah, it's on shaky ground. So we'll see where it goes. So actually, this is America's vulnerability in this whole story. Let's get to the presentation so that we talk on facts and not, Yeah, can I have the presentation? Thanks. Today we're talking of the hostage of Hormuz. Who's the hostage of Hormuz? Global economy. That's the ship it is stuck. And the mullah is there, the jinn is there. He can't be moved out. And it's already day 34. In a few days more, and the global economy will have huge repercussions. And on that, let's not have doubts at all. Okay, what is the Al Jazeera talk of? Steel plants, bridge hit as US-Israel attacks expand, and Israel was retaliation. So, well, a lot of things are going to happen on that front, and we'll talk of it. Trump open to diplomacy with Iran, but will Iran resort to diplomacy is a million-dollar question, right? And New York Times carries a lot of things. Rival nation sees on choke points to counter Trump. So Europe has come out, and more importantly, Macron has come out and he's rebutted Trump on many issues. Strikes at infrastructure sites in Iran after Trump's threat. What the Iran war could mean for stocks, bonds, and growth. Anyone who's over-invested in all these and who's a financier must be having a lot of palpitations. Luckily, I am not. Okay, I couldn't get a damn whether the stock market goes or not. Right. A bit to use force to open Strait of Hormuz hits UN roadblocks. Well, it's a thing which New York Times has to run, because after all, New York Times is not Trump uncle's favorite, newspaper. How Trump boxed himself in on Iran. Interesting read, must read, and I think they've got into knots. Where's the way out? I'm not seeing a way out of this whole mess. That's the thing. Right, war clarifies Trump's priorities, the military, not childcare. So again, a political angle coming to it. That's why I said, combine it with what Mr. Sriya said earlier. The home front is on shaky ground, and that's not a good way to go. It's like, go fighting on a ship which is in stormy weather. Right, read this article. Iran war is a hostage crisis. Very interesting article by David Ignatius. And, when you read it, this is where I got the idea that the global economy is in hostage situation. In any hostage situation, we need to talk. We need to keep talking with the guy who's held us hostage. And then you need to keep maneuvering. Both these are not happening. This war is now one side. I mean, I won't say it's stereotype, air attacks, and all that. And no maneuver, no ground maneuver. And that ground maneuver, will it take place or not, is also a question mark. Both sides, right? And when armies don't maneuver on ground, results are very difficult to achieve. And of course, the global economy is suffering. There's no talk. There's no thing. How do you break it? How do you break this hostage crisis? Right? And of course, you need special skills in hostage situations. The mediator is very important. Now we have a defunct mediator who doesn't know how to talk also. So, and then the guys who can mediate are now probably getting around. Let's see where it goes. But that's in the future. Well, let's get to the Iranian side of things. There's no doubt now that IRGC has got de facto control of the government. And so you're looking at a military affair in Iran. And as I've been saying, Iran is behaving militarily, or rather radically. The radical element has come up. Their own brand of politics, their own brand of military. The political element is out. Pezeshkian, the only probably hope of a reformer, is not anywhere in the picture at this point of time. And then that deputy foreign minister comes out and says Iran will set transit fees for ships passing through the Strait of Hormuz. That's not very great. That's not very great at all. Which means that this strait will be controlled by Iran. Will it be acceptable to the world? I don't think so. Then how do you rein them in? I don't know. I mean, I don't have answers for it. People have to find. People who are at the helm of affairs have to find. Yeah, options are there. And the option is very clear. It needs ground action. Very simple. Or destruction of a massive scale and regime change. Is that feasible? We don't know. We don't know. There are a lot of things. And then Arachi has gone and said, we don't want a ceasefire until an international guarantee for a complete end to the war is provided. Right? this was a war started by the United States and it will be ended by Iran. Now, very well, how do you give him an international guarantee when there's no talks? That's why I said today it is not only that the global economy is hostage to the Strait of Hormuz, even Iran has become the hostage to its own policies, as is